Good evening. Welcome to this web session from Nehru Planetarium, Nehru Memorial Museum and Library. We have a number of telescopes set up in the Tinmurti campus and waiting for live feed also from these telescopes, but it will take a little while. So perhaps we won't get it till about 6:15 or so. We start perhaps our discussion today. View, in fact, we have got one view. Sona from Faridabad has just shared this view from an 8-inch Dobsonian telescope. So we start with today's view. However, this is the view that we have, but we are going to have this web session with a number of views. In fact, for the next 15 minutes, perhaps we are going to go back a day in time. And so we go here, and this is, I'm going to show now several views from yesterday until we start getting live feed or more updated images for today. So we may also use this time to get a little perspective on what exactly is this event. Why are we all so excited about it? And we are working very, very hard to bring it to people on site as well as online. And of course, many people are helping us in this. So many, all our staff is out there. There are amateur astronomers there, and there are educators all over. And we are a group of educators from the Public Outreach Committee, Astronomical Society of India. All of us are working for this. So now this is a view from Ajay and Neelam Talwar, who are from Delhi, but they are now in Bangalore. This is a naked eye view. I'm just using this to put in perspective the event for today, for the current event. So there are actually two views which Ajay and Neelam have shared. Here is just directly you take a camera and just click. And today all of you can see this event naked eye. Yes. So in fact, instead of viewing it here, first try and see it naked eye. Even if you don't have a telescope, you will see it like one bright object. Jupiter, bright object. Saturn is also there, very close to it. But perhaps our eye can resolve it and maybe it cannot resolve it. Yogesh Parashar from Faridabad has just reported that he is able to discern the two separately. Wonderful. And so it will be very nice for us to know how many of us can actually discern the two as two objects. Here there is a zoomed up view. So these are the two objects here. The kind of a schematic of what we are going to see today is here. Sun, and we have the Earth here, and opposite to that is where we have Saturn and Jupiter. So they're in the sky, they are seen kind of close to the Sun. Now none of these are really close, neither Jupiter or Saturn nor Sun and Jupiter, none of them are really physically close, but in the sky they are appearing close together. And because the Jupiter and Saturn are actually appearing close together, they're a little fainter too, as opposed to, if they were to be somewhere here, and we may still see them as a conjunction, but they'll be very bright, and in fact they'll be available all through the night, but not so now. Now is this. So this is the view that we have. And from Prabhu Kuti from UAE, this is another view. This is a wonderful way of actually getting a feel for this today, tomorrow, day after also. So today you see this a little above, and yesterday this was the view, and today may be very difficult to discern, and tomorrow a little lower. This fainter Saturn will be a little lower here. And this was a wonderful way. Vijay Kapoor from Bangalore actually celebrated their closeness yesterday by kind of keeping his shutter open and let them trail in his camera. So you can see the two, bright Jupiter and fainter Saturn, and here is another view which he had for quite a long time. So that's a wonderful way. Now that we have had a look at yesterday's images naked eye, I think I would just like to check once whether we are getting the feed. I think there's still some time before we get the feed from the Tinmurti campus telescopes. We have we are on the ground and it's highly light polluted and so on. It's going to take a while. So it's probably by 6:15 we may expect that we will get live feed from here. And also I'll just check if anyone is sharing their images, and we will try to put those here, because I think everyone would like to see what it is like now, right, rather than what it was like yesterday. But Well, okay, I have one thing to share with you. I've just got it, and though not a um, though not a telescope image taken, but I will just share this with you. So here we are in this presentation. So far we had naked eye views. Let me just add that picture here. I think I hope this is the right one. I'd like to just share a view that we have here from Yogesh Parashar. He has shared his sketch of this. So that's a wonderful way, once again, of celebrating this event. So let me just try to check that I have the correct sketch, because he actually have three of his sketches. So perhaps I will put them in one by one and we can take a look. I hope I have got the right sketch. Yeah, that looks, yeah, that's it. So this is today's sketch. I will at some time I will share his previous sketches too. So this is one way. We had a view from Sona, Faridabad. This is from Yogesh Parashar. Also Faridabad, he has sketched the view that he is seeing currently. So thank you, Yogesh. That's wonderful. And so we are waiting now to get further views from people as they share them. So while we are waiting for this, let me go a little bit, a small discussion, though I won't go into all the complexities of what this image is showing, which is from Rice University, but a little bit to put in perspective what we are seeing. Here is a view from yesterday from the telescope setup, etc., that we had here yesterday, and maybe what happens here, you can see that you are able to discern Saturn a little better here, and Jupiter. Okay, and this is a kind of a trade-off that we will have. Maybe the planetary view has come in, so planetary view is going to come in very soon. While we are looking at these views, I was saying that we have a bit of a trade-off. If you expose too much, then Jupiter will get overexposed, which is very bright. Saturn also brighter than, obviously, than Jupiter moons. So there are various kinds of trade-offs that we are going to see here. In fact, when we look at various images, we will see these trade-offs. So in a few minutes, planetarium view is going to come in, live view. It's just coming in. Then, as we are looking at this, perhaps now it's just being adjusted and so on. We may be seeing this view here. This is live, so not an image taken. So it's going to take a little while perhaps to come in, or maybe my network is not good, or their network is not so good. So it's going to take a little while for it to come in. But we'll wait for this. And while we are waiting for this, let's talk about this event again. And also I see that, oh my goodness, there are a lot of questions from viewers. So I'll try to take which direction in Delhi. Those of you who have not seen it, look southwest, low above the horizon. Southwest, you will see one bright object, and Saturn is much fainter. It is there. So you look carefully. Okay, what are the other? There are many messages which are coming in, which are not questions. And I have been telling all of you, please give consideration to others. Actually, this shows up what you're doing. You're trying to trouble people from asking their questions. Don't do this. Okay, so many questions are about which direction, where all can it be seen? Everywhere in India. Northerly directions are going to have more trouble. Southern latitudes will be better. I see many unnecessary messages. It's a pity, really. I think many of you, you don't really get how inspiring this event is. So I'm not able to see the questions. Those of you who had genuine questions, please post them again. How to capture using mobile phone? Yeah, just point your mobile phone towards that bright object Jupiter. So you will get a view. And okay, now I think the planetarium view is there. So we are now seeing live what you can see, Jupiter and Saturn here, and you can see them separate. Of course, if you have an image and you stack it and you try to do different exposures for Jupiter, Saturn, and the moons, etc., etc., one can put together wonderful views, and they will also be coming in a while. Naked eye, you can see it. You will see one bright object, and maybe you can discern very close to it another fainter object. That is this great conjunction. These two, Jupiter and Saturn, have been visible in the sky from summer. In summer, they were on the eastern side at sunset, and they were very bright. And then they've been coming closer together and becoming less bright. And so that is the situation now. And let me see what are the other questions. Yeah, someone has said, I can't see Saturn. Manish Kulin, it's very close, plus it's brighter than the last. So, all right. Okay, so if you are not able to see Saturn, see, currently they are about 0.1 degree apart. That means what? A ray from Jupiter and a ray from Saturn comes to your eye. The angle that it is making is 0.1 degree. Typically, 0.2 degree is what the eye would be able to discern. So yesterday maybe you could have had discerned it. Today, tomorrow also take a look at it. You will see Saturn just below Jupiter. Today maybe you are just seeing it as one object. Even if you have a small pair of binoculars, scan the sky in that direction, you will be able to see them separate. The way you are seeing here. Here you can also see maybe a little bit that you are able to see the shape of Saturn. You are able to see the shape of Saturn and disc-like features of Jupiter. And if you have better aperture, better captures, you will see the moons also. Or if we increase the brightness here, we will start seeing. But if we increase the brightness, we won't see the shapes of these two objects. Okay, so yeah, from Dehradun, you can see, from anywhere in India, you can see. If you are in southern India, it's a little better for you because they're a little higher up in the sky. So anywhere you are, look in the direction southwest and go out and look at the real sky rather than this. This session will be there recorded for you later also to see, but look at the real thing which is out there. And okay, when did it happen last and next? Okay, that's a good question. Nikhil Khanna wants to know. And see, the thing is that why exactly is it happening? It's happening because you have two planets and they are kind of, one is going faster than the other. So the faster one, if you start at one point when both are there, the faster one will go and then again overtake this and you have a conjunction. So for Jupiter and Saturn, given their orbital periods, what happens is once in every 20 years or so, you will see them somewhat close by in the sky. Somewhat close by. So 20 years back, you would have seen, 40 years back, roughly. I mean, these are rough. But we are joined by Shiva Prasad Banerjee from Nehru Science Center, Mumbai, and they are also doing a live webcast. Welcome, Banerjee. We are continuing. There are many viewers' questions, and so I'm just trying to answer these. In Chennai, when to see everywhere, wherever you are in India, just go out after sunset and try to look up at in the direction southwest. You will be able to see, and there are many sky watches organized around in the country. So okay, I'm not able to share my screen right now because we are having the live view. But at some point I will also try and share where all there are sky watches happening. Okay, so you can continue seeing the live view which we are showing from Delhi. After a while, I will also try to get live views from various locations. Yes. So we are joined by Professor Prajwal Shastri from Indian Institute of Astrophysics, Mumbai. Welcome, Prajwal. Shiv Prasad Banerjee from Nehru Science Center, Mumbai, is also with us. But I think over there, they must be also there. They are giving live view for people. So maybe also preoccupied in that. There are just, Prajwal, are you able to see the questions in the chat? There are hundreds of questions. So I'm just trying to. Okay, so yeah, somebody was asking which telescope should we buy. Okay, someone says, are they going to hit each other? No, as I was saying, they are not really physically close. It's an apparent effect. So they are coming, they're like, it's, we could have another. Okay, so these two are roughly same size, But think of it this way, that so if this is Jupiter and this is Saturn, so we are somewhere here, so they appear to be close by. They're not really physically close. So, okay, someone is wanting to know, is it also known as Christmas star? See, the thing is that the star Magi, people speculate that perhaps it was a close conjunction of this kind of two bright objects, and so they appeared very, very bright, and people thought of it this way. It's a little speculative. We are not very sure which was that Christmas star. But yeah, right now, because also it's coming close to Christmas, so people, I think, in the news have been calling it that. Okay, so there. Yeah, someone has observed it. Biswajit Jana, you are observing it from Kharagpur, and please see whether you are able to discern Jupiter and Saturn as separate objects. And yesterday they were discernible. Today, Yogesh Parashar has said that it is discernible to him in Faridabad. Check that, and then tomorrow also. And I have given the link to a Google form where you can enter this. All right. So, Prajwal, as you can see, questions are coming in rapidly. So, we are missing some of the earlier questions. So, perhaps repeat those whose questions have not been answered, but don't repeat a number of times. Repeat once now. It's visible in Bangalore if the clouds are there, not there. In which direction for the one should watch? Southwest direction. It is
West.
It is, yeah. We have now views from Nehru Science Center, Mumbai, and so we are. Yes, everyone, please, more than this, go out and see for yourself. But for telescopic views, come here, and there are several webcasts. Nehru Science Center webcast is also there. We will try to bring it in at one point. And if you would like to send in chat the link to your webcast, you do that so that people will get to know that they can see that. So in the chat, you can send the link to your webcast.
And Ratna, if the sky is clear, they should simply go out and watch rather than
yes.
look at the webcast.
All of you, yes. If the sky is clear, first please go out and see. That is more important. This is going to be available later too. However, to see telescopic views, come here. After you see it in the sky, come here, or to many of the webcasts which are ongoing, to take a look at it.
So there is a question where to see it in Karnataka. So the point is that regardless of where you are, you have to look roughly in the same direction, and that is where you will see it. Maybe that is not clear maybe to people. I saw a question.
Yeah, wherever you are, generally look in the direction southwest, and low above the horizon, you will see a bright object. That's Jupiter, and Saturn is also there. And look carefully, closely, whether you are able to discern Saturn.
And today, the other thing is that if you look at the moon, if you can locate the moon, then and if you sort of roughly bisect the gibbous moon, that will roughly point in the direction where Jupiter and Saturn are.
Someone wanted to know which kind of telescope. You see, even a very simple moderate telescope. Know this, that Galileo used maybe 1.5 inch telescope, and with that, for the first time, saw Jupiter's moons. And Saturn as a kind of, like a fuzzy object, it didn't fully discern the rings. So a moderate aperture telescope should be all right. Then, of course, as it depends on your budget. Then you can also buy more and more. See, the aperture and quality of optics and mounting, etc. These would be the important things when you want to buy a telescope. Okay, so is it like an optical illusion? No, it is not an illusion. They are being seen near each other. It's just that in the line of sight direction, they are not close to each other. They're just close to each other as we see in the sky, but not an illusion.
So there's a question: will they hit each other? I think maybe you have said it already that the physical distance between them is about 730 million kilometers, and as you said, their directions are close by. They're not physically close by, so there's no question of them hitting each other. They're very, 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 very far away from each other. actually, physically.
Yes. And there was a question whether Moon and Mars would be in conjunction. See, actually, Moon is going to be in conjunction with all the planets once about every month. But sometimes it may be very close and sometimes it may be a little distant from these. And sometimes, there are events which happen when Moon actually moves in front of one of these objects, maybe a planet or maybe a background star, and these are wonderful events. These are occultation. When we come to occultation, I just want to mention one thing. As we are seeing this, though I'm not actually showing the simulated view, I just want to mention that when we take a look at um, Jupiter a little close, and Dheeraj, perhaps sometime we may try to get a little brighter so that we can see the moons, although we will not see the shape, the Jupiter and Saturn so well at that time. You will see that there are moons which are visible near Jupiter. Yesterday, it looked like all moons were on one side. There were 3 moons which are visible and 1 star. And today, actually, if you see the view, it looks like 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. So again, you may think, okay, 4 Galilean moons usually we can see. So 2 on one side and 2 on the other side. But actually, one of the Galilean moons is not seen, and again a star is seen. Coincidentally, it is happening in the same line as the moons are. It seems really fantastic that is happening. And in today's view, there is something very strange that's happening. One of the moons has disappeared. Yesterday also one of the moons was not visible. Why? Because it was actually transiting in front of Jupiter. So the brightness of Jupiter actually removed its brightness. We could not see. When it came out of Jupiter, we could see. Today, Io is actually in eclipse, meaning Jupiter is eclipsing it. Since none of these have their own light, so Io is reflecting sunlight. So if it is in eclipse by Jupiter, we are not seeing it. So these are interesting events which are going on. Of course, these happen every day. Jupiter moon events happen every day. We are joined by Anirudh Thakur from Pune. And Anirudh, when you have your live feed ready, you share your screen. So I will alternate between the Delhi view and your view time to time. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
So there's still many questions coming in. So are you able to see both from Juma and Prajwal? You are able to see the
Yeah.
Is that white star-like thing both Jupiter and Saturn? Kaushal Reddy. If you are looking in southwest, yes, the brightest object that you are seeing low on horizon is Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, so
and the brighter one is Jupiter. Somebody asked about which one is Jupiter. The brighter one is Jupiter.
Okay, very interesting question, Dipali Mahajan. Can the same thing happen with Earth and other planet? Okay, when you are here on Earth, you will not see Earth in the sky. You may see such conjunctions of different planets. But if you go to an outer planet, you may see Earth in conjunction with Venus, Mercury. You may even see sometimes Earth passing in front of Sun. There will be an Earth transit and so on. Many exciting things can be seen if we go to different locations in the solar system. Has this happened before? And okay, yeah, there was a question earlier also. See, I was mentioning that every 20 years we have these events happening time to time, and not every 20 years they are going to be as close. They may not always be that close. So it's a very rare thing. Back in 1682-83, they were very close, but they were close to the sun also. They could not be seen. 1623, they could be seen very close. In fact, much closer. And the closeness actually right now they are 0.1 degree, right? Angle between Jupiter Saturn 0.1 degree. Full moon is 0.5 degrees. And yesterday it was 0.2 degrees between these. Tomorrow again 0.2 degrees. And
somebody is asking whether Uranus can be seen. Uranus can't be seen with the naked eye. So.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic skies and fantastic eyesight, maybe. But generally, no. Uranus right now is a little high in the sky, close to Mars. So if you have a telescope, you can see that. And can there also be an eclipse on Earth when Mercury or Venus block the sunlight? Yeah, these events have been happening. Really inspiring events. 2004 and 2012, Venus was seen to cross the sun. That was the transit of Venus. And more recently, Mercury transits have been happening. When will Jupiter Saturn be this close next time? 2080. 2080 they will again be just as close as this. Anirudh, I see one more. Is that your screen share which is in the studio?
Yes, ma'am. I had
Your
shared
screen.
my screen, but I'll center the planets once again and I'll reshare it.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. Once it is there, I will alternate between the Delhi view and your view, and so that
So
is one
somebody
thing.
is asking about timings. The point is that they are already very close by, and so the moment it is a bit dark and there is enough contrast to see them, you will see them. So it's already sunset now in most parts, so you should be able to spot them. If there is haze, it may be a little difficult, and you have to wait a little longer. But the conjunction sort of is already there in the
Tomorrow
sky.
also they are going to be close by. Someone wants to know about tomorrow. It's just that today 0.1, tomorrow 0.2. Still very close. Close enough that one telescope eyepiece view will give it to you. Somebody wants to know, is it portending something for future? I'm going to tell you, it portends that you look at it, you get inspired, and you may become an astronomer. That's about it. That's the only that's the only thing that is likely to happen. Otherwise, this doesn't affect our lives in any way. Get inspired by it. Okay, so yeah, does it have any importance? As I was saying, the importance is just that this is a rare event. We look at it and we learn what is happening around in our solar system by looking at this. How many planets? Actually, it
So
would depend.
there's a question: can we see Jupiter's moons? The
Yeah,
moon in
actually,
telescope. You already described that.
Dheeraj, are you hearing me? Dheeraj, if you would let little brighter view, doesn't matter even if we get over, even if we overexpose Jupiter and Saturn, so that the moons can be seen. I hope Dheeraj, you are hearing me. I will also message so that they can be seen. And I think maybe once Anirudh's view comes into, we should be able to see the moons.
Ma'am, I can show the moons of Jupiter if they
Ha,
are visible.
ha. Yes,
Two
yes,
moons
yeah.
are
The thing
visible.
is, let me do one thing. Then for a while, what I will do is the view coming? Let me.
Hello.
Yeah, Anirudh, actually, it may be a little difficult to see from there. Do one thing. If you are able to send us an image, that would also be good. And uh,
These are the moons of Jupiter.
yeah, are you able to actually screen share, Anirudh? Are you able to screen share?
Okay.
That would
I'll
be
join
good.
from my laptop. Okay.
If
Okay.
you are able to
Yes.
screen
Yes.
share,
Yes.
we will be able to see better. We are also joined by Professor
Oh,
Mamta Gulati from Thapar Institute of Engineering. Welcome, Mamta. I will actually hand over to you and to Prajwal Shastri for the questions. Meanwhile, I'll just try to talk to our staff also so that we can get a little brighter here and see the moons. So, plenty of
Okay.
questions are coming in.
Okay, so there's a question: will it be seen in the southwest sky? The answer is yes. As soon as sunset, if sunset has happened, you should be able to see it unless there are clouds. What kind of telescope is suitable for an 11-year-old child? Actually, there's a lot that you can do with just binoculars as long as you can hold the binoculars steady. So you can start with that. Which moon of Jupiter is that? So today, I believe we are able to see, I believe Io is behind Jupiter today, correct? Ratnashri?
Io is in
Yeah,
eclipse currently.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Io is in eclipse.
Yeah. So yesterday, when I saw the Jupiter through a telescope, I could see three moons, and the fourth one was casting, probably casting a shadow onto Jupiter. And the bands, the cloud bands, could be seen, of course. But that, of course, is nothing special about today. It can be seen whenever Jupiter is visible. That can be seen. It's not special. What's special about today is that you can get both Jupiter and Saturn in the same frame, even with a cell phone camera.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, why is it happening? It is happening because Jupiter and Saturn orbit around the sun, just like all the other planets and the Earth, and therefore their positions keep changing in the sky as seen by the Earth. And most of the time, Jupiter and Saturn are seen in somewhat different directions, but some of the time, they are such that they seem to be in directions very close to each other. So they're not actually near each other. Today, they are 730 million kilometers away, but they are roughly in the same direction, and therefore they seem close to our position, from our position. Can we see the Milky Way from India like we see from the Atacama Desert? You can see the Milky Way from any place which has not got light pollution. So we definitely cannot see the Milky Way from the city unless there is sort of an overall power failure and the night is dark and the sky is clear and it's not cloudy and so on. But if you go to areas where there is no light pollution, then you can see the Milky Way from anywhere in India. Sometimes in July, the Milky Way will be visible late in the evening, but at other times you may have to wake up late at night to see it. I can see a small dot in the sky. Is it the conjunction? You have to make sure that it's the brightest dot in the sky towards the horizon. I mean, between the horizon and the moon. So it is closer to the horizon than the moon, and in the direction roughly southwest. If so, you should be able to locate a slightly fainter dot near it. And if that is the case, then definitely you're looking at the conjunction.
Juma, can you actually? I'm sorry, Prajwal,
No, go
because
ahead.
just wanted to. Juma, can you actually send me the link once again? I had your link saved, but now I'm not able to get it, and so that I can sometime show from Mumbai. Your live feed, I will try and show from Mumbai, and we are also joined by Arvind Paranjpe, Nehru Planetarium, Mumbai, and Arvind. The lot of questions are coming in, so
Yeah, please.
you and Prajwal and Mamta, please pitch in to answer the questions. And
Yes, sure.
Actually, I need to go out and look at it myself.
yeah. Every one of us need to do that. Yes, yes.
Okay.
I am here till
Samantha,
7. At 7, I will go for that.
Before I say
So,
anything, I just want to share with you that I can see Jupiter and Saturn both together, and they are seen beautifully at this time. There are
yes.
passing clouds, but I
Yes.
could see them very clearly.
I got an input from Yogesh from Faridabad. He could also discern the two. Prajwal, if you need to go out, go and come back if that is okay with you.
Yeah,
Because
I'll
if
go
you
in 5 minutes.
right,
I'll try
if
to answer a few
you,
more
any of you
questions.
want to see it, please see it, and then you can be back. And so currently we are seeing the live view from Delhi. I will try and show a few other live views. We have Anirudh from Pune with us. So he is going to log in with his laptop and give us a live feed too. And so though there are very many live feeds, like for instance, JVP is giving us very good views. So I think one thing I will do now is also add my share screen with, briefly with JVP Pune. Yes. So I will do that and then we'll get back the planetarium view again. So that's JVP Pune. So you can see Jupiter and Saturn there. I think in any of the live views, if we are going to be looking for better views of Jupiter and Saturn, we may not be seeing the moons at that time. Somewhere, sometime or other, one of us is going to increase the brightness and we'll see the moons too. So, Juma, if you have shared the Mumbai one, I will also put that up with.
Somebody asked, can the moon be attracted by other planets? The moon is predominantly driven by Earth's gravity. That is the dominant gravitating body that affects the moon. There are also people who repeatedly asking what direction and so on. maybe it'll be good if you just have a note, permanently on your screen that, look
Oh,
southwest.
I'll have to work on that. So I will do that in a while.
So that's
I will
keep
try
on
and do that.
repeating
Yeah,
that
yeah.
question.
No, all of us who are here just keep pitching in time to time, saying, "Look southwest, look southwest."
Yeah,
And
please look southwest.
Yeah,
Please look between the moon and the horizon.
okay, Anirudh
And
is back with us, and once his screen share is there, we can get the Pune one too. This is also from Pune currently, and I'm just trying to see which is the Nehru Science Center webcast, and I will try to share that. Uh, okay, yeah, I have it in this document, right?
There's a
So,
question that how do we actually differentiate between planets and stars? I'm looking at the questions. You can answer maybe that also.
yeah, in general, classically, you have been hearing that
Yeah, so it's
planets. Yeah, Mamta, you're taking it. Go ahead. Oh, okay. There is a little bit of a disturbance. There is a little bit of a disturbance. Generally people tell you that planets will not twinkle, stars will twinkle, and so on. Although planets too, when they are low on the horizon, they will twinkle a little bit. And why this is happening is that you have this. Mamta, you wanted to take that. Now I think there is no disturbance from your
so
side.
I'm not very sure. Am I audible?
Yeah, it's okay now. Okay, let me see. The thing is that you have a planet is a slightly extended body, and star is just like a point. And see, light coming from the star, it's just one ray, let's say. Think of it that way. And then atmospheric disturbance may kick it out of your side, back into your side. That's the twinkling. But for a planet which is an extended body, atmospheric disturbances, even if from one side your view is kicked out, the other side it will come in, and so on. And let me add Anirudh, then add his screen share. There. That's from Anirudh Thakur from Pune. And are we able to discern? I got one view from Rajasthan, wherein we had both the planets and the moons also visible. So I will try and get that also into the view. I'm just trying to add it into my presentation. I have huge number of views in the presentation which I wanted to share, but as we are getting more and more live views, today's views, so perhaps tomorrow's views now we will share tomorrow. In yesterday's views we will share tomorrow. And so here is one view. Maybe if I will share my screen, we will get it from Rajasthan, Anil Tripathi, I think. We are getting Anirudh's view very clearly. You can see the Saturn ring and so on. I'm just briefly just sharing my presentation, wherein we are getting the view from Bhilwara, Rajasthan, Anil Tripathi. And so this is the, I don't know if it is, I hope it is visible. Mamta, that blue square with, this is visible? Okay. So let me just check. Yeah, this view seems to be visible, and that is from Bhilwara, Rajasthan, where you are able to see Jupiter, Saturn, and the moons. And in this, when looks like you have 4 Galilean moons, right? But no. Actually, this is Callisto, this is Ganymede, this is Europa, this is a star. So it's very strange that they have come in this same line in this view, and Io is in eclipse, so you are not seeing that. Let me bring back Anirudh's view where we are able to see Saturn very clearly, Jupiter, and also let me see what's happening to the planetarium stream. That's from the planetarium Teen Murti campus. I think soon we are going to lose this because it goes down below the trees at some time, and so on. We may also be needing it for some other viewing, but we do have Anirudh. Anirudh, you are able to be here with us for some time.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure.
Anirudh, you are doing handheld thing like yesterday, right? Fantastic. And Anirudh, at some point, maybe you a little more brightness to get the moons, and then again adjusting back to see Saturn better. Both can be
Yes,
tried.
ma'am.
Okay, so now, yeah, it will be quite close to the horizon. Somebody is saying red small dot in the sky. Actually, Jupiter you will be seeing. Okay. Jupiter kind of whitish.
So ma'am, I have increased the exposure so that the moons of Jupiter are visible. And I think even Titan is visible to 11 o'clock of Saturn. If we see
So
it,
can you use a cursor and tell what is visible, Anirudh? Because I think my cursor won't show on yours.
yes ma'am, yes, just a minute.
And just for your viewers' interest, see, Rhea and Titan, two moons of Saturn, were on one side of Saturn last 2 days when we were viewing. But today, Rhea is on one side and Titan is on the other side of Saturn. And when you are looking at Jupiter's moons, so Callisto and Ganymede are one side, and Io is not there, Europa and a star on the other side. Now, are there any questions about a little to know about this event? More questions to know about? We can see, yeah, you can see in Pakistan, you can see all over.
Yeah, I
Only thing
think
is that when you
somebody
go
is
to
also
northern
asking.
latitudes, it is less, it is lower down in the sky. Okay, yeah, the
Yeah.
red dot you're seeing high up in the sky is Mars. Yeah, right. Can
Somebody is
moon get
asking about Maharashtra. I think yes, they you can see there also. We have also shown some live feeds from Pune.
Yes, actually I'm from Maharashtra only.
Yeah, there is a
this
message.
view we are seeing now is from Pune. Yes.
Exactly.
Uh, okay. Are there any questions to know about the conjunction? There are a couple of things about the conjunction I wanted to tell, but I think the questions are more important. Again, which direction? Southwest. It's visible in Tamil Nadu, everywhere in India. Tamil Nadu, much better because you are lower latitude. Dubai, yes. In fact, I'll show you one view from Prabhu Kuti, not today's, but yesterday's view. And he has actually, I think the one of the naked eye view I showed was also Prabhu Kutti's from UAE. So, all right, let's keep the live view for now. When we leave the live view, then perhaps we will go for yesterday's views. So, although there are many interesting things from yesterday's views too. Is it possible for stars to conjunct? Very interesting question. Very interesting question. See, planets. Planets, what happens is that since they are moving around the sun, they have their own motions relatively closer to us. So we will see their position in the sky changing with respect to the background stars. And so they may move closer to each other, further away. This happens much more. Stars, we don't see their positions changing that much. So in general, if we see star and we make a constellation or so, where it is in the sky may change. But relatively, the angle between different stars would not change. Well, the change would happen if you take sophisticated telescopes and measure what is called proper motion of stars. See, when we are looking at these objects, we are looking at them like two-dimensional view, in the sense like on the surface of a half a football on our head, right? Although the distances may be different, right?
Yeah.
So,
Plus, I think
yeah, Mamta, you
it's
wanted to add to that?
yeah, it's also about the times at which the variation is taking place. So the relative position between the stars may not change at the time
Yeah,
scale that
yeah,
we are also looking at.
yeah. The time scales, I mean, the time scales are going to be very long for us to actually see constellation shape change.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
it will have a millennia. It will be millennia before we see a constellation shape change.
yeah, there
Someone
is
wants
one
to
more
know.
question
Yeah.
that if all the planets can align in one line, like Jupiter and Saturn, I guess that's very
Yeah. Planets are actually
theoretically
always
yes.
in a way aligned. In a way, they're always aligned. Like
Yeah.
this, let us say this is the annual apparent path of the sun. This is ecliptic. If you see from one location, it may go a little this way, that way, but that will be the ecliptic. So sun is exactly along the ecliptic. The planets are a little above and below that. They go around the ecliptic. So, in general, a broad arc, if you take, which is the zodiacal kind of constellations, planets will all be along that. Pluto may be a little off, but generally all of them are along that. So, there is a rough alignment always. But when you talk of
Yeah,
a conjunction, it will mean they're
you don't.
coming closer together in the sky. Yeah, Mamta, please go ahead.
Yeah, you don't really happen to see these. That's what I wanted to add. If you want to see it going close as a conjunction that we are just now seeing, so you don't really get to see them in the sky like that. They are in the same plane, so some arc can be drawn through them, true, but you don't really see them.
Yeah.
And of course,
So there's a viewer who is asking that they're not able to see. See, if you look at Saturn, it's a bit fuzzy, but if you look carefully, you can just discern the ring in this view. And also in the view we had from Planetarium earlier, the ring shape could be discerned. And okay, let me just try and see what other views are available to us right now to look at. So I will try and share those two. All right. So, yeah, Mamta, all of you, please do go ahead for the questions. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to see where all we can see this.
Regarding what will happen, the effect of them coming in one line. See, the orbits of both the planets are different. So, them being coming in one line, it's just that both the orbits can be seen right now in a straight line from the sun, from the Earth's position. That's what is the conjunction all about. So, there's hardly any other effect of that coming together. So
as I was saying, yeah, sorry, Mamta. I was just joking a while ago that the one effect which I predict will happen, many of you, particularly younger ones, may be inspired by this event and hopefully go in the direction of maybe becoming astronomers and scientists. That is one effect I hope will happen. That's it. No other effect.
No other effect. So, will all parts of Earth see the same time zone like in USA? Yeah, the time zone and the rising times are different, but all parts of the world do have certain time of. I mean, they are right now aligned in the orbit, so you have to check the rising times of your we had one from outside India. We had one live feed coming at 9 o'clock. Ratnashri, if you remember the place name, the time zones are different, right?
Yeah, no.
I'll just check.
Don't have it right now.
I had that.
Yeah.
I'll just check.
So I'm just trying to see where all there are live views going on, where we can try and take a look. One thing actually, while going to these different places, there was one point I wanted to mention that you may see, this is the Pune view. You may recollect the view we had from Delhi a while ago, and we can't see much, any kind of difference. Whereas if it was a solar eclipse, we would have seen different locations, slightly different views. A lunar eclipse also, from different locations, absolutely the same. All the phases are seen, all different locations. Jupiter moon events, from all locations you would see it. Wherever you are able to see, you will not see any difference. Now, Jupiter, Saturn, perhaps even this, when they are so close, perhaps not much difference. That is one thing which is very clearly evident here, right? And all right. Oh, somebody says, what will happen to Orion constellation if Betelgeuse explodes? Nothing, because you see, the constellation is made up of so many different stars. None of them are close to Betelgeuse. It's just a chance alignment that we are seeing. So only things which are physically close to Betelgeuse, maybe there would be an effect of the supernova explosion. Maybe a new star formation could take place somewhere near when it is physically near. Okay, so some of you who are putting unnecessary messages, because so many questions are there, we are already missing questions. So please don't do that. Jupiter is brighter than Saturn from Earth always, because Jupiter is closer to us, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
it's always so. Can we see Earth from Jupiter now? Yeah. It should be possible. And let's go to that picture I had. Okay, even if I don't show it here right now, that picture, I don't know if you remember it. We will see Earth in conjunction with Sun from Jupiter or from Saturn. We will see Earth in conjunction with Sun. So this is
there is a question. Can we see it tomorrow? Yes, of course. You will be able to see them tomorrow.
Yes,
close by, but now you will start seeing them going away from each other. Is the main thing over
Today
here.
0.1 degrees, yesterday, tomorrow 0.2 degrees, but they are every day progressively they are going lower and lower in the sky. Okay, so with naked eye, if you are not able to do anything other than see with naked eye, just look at what it is there today? Are you able to see the two separately? Look at them tomorrow. You will see Saturn popping out from below Jupiter tomorrow. Yesterday it was above Jupiter. So you can see that slow, that progressive motion which is there. So I think some children perhaps are just not able to take it. What an inspiring event this is. And they are putting unnecessary messages. And we are missing questions because of that. Okay,
Right.
so all
Do
right.
planets have their own light?
No, they do
planets
not
do
have.
not
They
have their own
reflect
light.
light from the sun.
Exactly.
Howrah, yes, you can see. And we actually had some views. There was one from Darjeeling and one from Balangir in Orissa. But since we are now looking only at the live view for now, I'm not putting them up. Okay. Can we see? Yeah. Those of you who have binoculars, please take them out and try and view. Because you will be able to discern the difference between, I mean, the two separately. You may not be able to see moons of Jupiter and Saturn rings, but at least you can discern them separately. And during conjunction, is the angular distance Fresnel angle? Mamta, Fresnel angle, angular distance. See the angular distance right now. What we have, it has been progressively going down, and the minimum it is reaching was about 6.5 minutes, and so it actually this is a physical coming together. So not any optical effect like this what you are talking of. All right. So no, it's not an optical artifact of that kind. It's a physical meaning coming together, appear in the same line of sight. Okay. Okay. Why is the ring of Saturn vertically like Uranus? See, the thing is that it will all depend on our viewing angle. So Saturn ring, from our viewing angle, we may sometimes see the ring face on, we may sometimes see edge on, and various kinds of views. The current view is this. If the ring were actually edge on, we would actually hardly see the ring. So we are fortunate that the view is not edge on right now.
Yeah.
How much degree upwards in southwest? Probably now it will be closer to 14
The
degrees,
horizon.
and then but it is going to go down below that. Mamta, actually
Right, so
around
there is-
7, generally we would have had stopped this by 7. Anirudh, are you able to be there past 7? Will you keep the? I would need to leave, and so generally we are stopping the webcast by 7. Perhaps it is better we do that since the views are just this. And tomorrow we are going to have another web session, and in that, and I'll take a look at all the questions, save all the questions. We will try to have these answered. Make sure that all the questions are answered.
Yeah. There was
Tomorrow.
one question that is only one planet visible from Earth with naked eyes. No, we can also see Mars and
5 naked eye planets.
5. Yeah,
We
there
have
are
5
5.
naked eye planets. Mercury is usually a little difficult because it's too close to the sun, and sometimes when it is a little far, we can see it very nicely. And 5 naked eye planets easily.
Is the bright dot sun? No, the bright dot is not sun.
No effect on energy in cosmos, nothing of that kind. Okay. Why Polaris never rise and set? You see, all right. Okay, do we have time? Because for somebody who is interested, it will be nice to have this discussion. Somebody wanted to know why Polaris is not rising and setting. Take a globe like this, okay, the one with the stand and so on. Set your globe spinning and keep your finger maybe on Delhi or so. You will see that you are having to move your hand like this. But keep your finger on North Pole and rotate it. You don't have to move. So anything which is along the axis of rotation, you are actually not able to see its motion. So along this axis of rotation is pole star, and that is why we don't see it. Though, I mean, if you measure it very carefully, because it is not exactly along the North Celestial.
It just changes the position.
So you can do that. Is Jupiter to the right? So in the current view, actually, see the brighter one, it's easy for you to discern. The brighter one is Jupiter, and the fainter one is Saturn. How to identify it? Towards southwest, low along the horizon. This is the only object. So, I mean, only object visible from light polluted skies. Of course, there are other stars which are fainter. Where to see in the sky? Southwest, 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 southwest.
Southwest, which binoculars? Any decent binoculars, you should be able to make out the
Yeah,
event.
even the minimum of binoculars you'll still see
Yeah.
better than your eye, no? Okay, so why is Saturn? Yeah, why is Saturn fading? Okay, see, Saturn first of all is going to be less bright than Jupiter anyway, and I think I will Anirudh, for a moment. What I'll do is I will add my stream, use this figure which is here, and you see what is happening is that in summer, see, this is Sun, Earth is here, the two planets are here. So Sun, when these two planets are here, this is Earth, opposite to the Sun in the sky, then they are actually closer. You can see just from here to the planets. But when they are near the Sun, actually it's Earth to Sun and then Sun to them. So it's a much longer distance that we have. So when they are in conjunction with the Sun, they are fainter. When they are at opposition, they are very bright. Sometimes when Jupiter, Saturn are in opposition, then also we have such a conjunction. That's wonderful because they are very bright and all night they will be visible. Okay, let me get back to Anirudh's live view. And all right, gamma ray burst hitting the Earth. Mamta, somebody wants to know if gamma ray burst hits the Earth.
Well, I really hope it doesn't, but we won't be able to survive it, certainly. It won't hit the gamma ray burst won't hit the Earth, right? I mean, in our lifespan, so we don't have to worry about it.
Orange, I want to know why Sun never rising or setting, etc., etc. If you are asking that, presumably you are asking about the poles, polar regions, from where you will see Sun not rising. It will. If you are asking about Sun, then what happens is that because of this tilt of axis of rotation of Earth as it is going around the Sun, here let us say the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun. When the Earth goes I hope this was visible. Yeah, in another side, then the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun. So what happens is that then here with this spin, when let me bring it in view. Southern hemisphere is spinning here. You would see that kind of glancingly you can continue to see the Sun. But whereas when the Earth goes here, you will not see it from the southern hemisphere at all. Okay, there is a disturbance coming in from somewhere. All right. All right. So we have just 3 minutes left before we end this session.
It's now getting, I think, cloudy at many places also. So,
yeah, Anirudh also probably is getting no. We are getting the views.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Is it getting cloudy for you there?
Sorry, the voice was not much clear.
Is it getting cloudy for you?
No, but they are actually moving down. The altitude is getting low, so it's hazy here.
Yeah. Yes.
That's why.
Yes. So,
But
I think
it will be clear till 7 definitely.
Okay. So we've received a few more, and perhaps then many of the images which are now coming in, we will take a look at them tomorrow's session, because I need to leave. What if we are on Jupiter or Saturn? You will see Earth in conjunction with the Sun. If you are on Jupiter or Saturn, and
there was one more question regarding. Does that mean that it's a kind of eclipse that we are seeing right now? Yes, I mean, though it's not an eclipse, they are not going behind each other. Their separation is 0.1 degree. So they are coming. They are looking. Look, very close to each other.
It's a conjunction only, but Jupiter's moon is currently going through an eclipse, meaning Jupiter is hiding sunlight from that moon. So we are seeing that. Okay, I think so. It's time now to end the session. Anirudh, that was lovely that we got the live feed from you for this time. We had the live feed from Delhi, the team also. Yeah, and Anirudh send images after this images. Oh, we didn't let
Yes,
you take
ma'am. I
images
will.
of the live one. Yeah.
Yes. I will stack and process, and I will email it definitely.
Thank you. Because tomorrow also we are going to have this web session, and all the questions left out today will be answered tomorrow. So I think we are going to sign off here now. Thank you everyone who was there with us. So Mamta, Anirudh, Prajwal, and from Nehru Science Center, Jhuma and Kennedy, they were there with us. And Arvind also joined in. We are going to have a session again tomorrow. So we are ending the broadcast.